Hey guys, it's Jamson1, and welcome to this Pokemon Sun and Moon coverage video. And today we're taking a look at what was revealed this morning. It was about 8 o'clock my time on the East Coast in the United States. And this was what was revealed, and I've already seen this a few times. I've watched it several times and recaps from other YouTubers as well, seeing it for the first time myself at school this morning. It was really cool. I first saw it about 30 minutes after it was unveiled and everything, and I kept off of social media so it could still be a surprise for me. So I'm going to show you guys in case you missed it, and I will tell you what I think. So let's go ahead and start. Music though. Alright, so that's the trailer, and so far everything looks really cool. Now I'm going to backtrack a little bit to about, say, I'm so bad at this. There we go. Right in here. Now as you can see, I'm going to wait just a second there. Oops, too much. Minusculely adjust. There we go. That's perfect. But as you can see, the overworld looks really crisp and clean in comparison to Pokemon X and Y, which, as well as Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, as this game seems more on a lower angle, like as if the cameras were hidden in the trees in the backdrop, and it looks really crisp in comparison to the kind of bird's eye view we've gotten in every single Pokemon game up until this point, including X and Y and Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby as well. So I mean, it's still really cool, and the graphics look improved. Everything looks a bit more realistic. The characters, the background characters, the main characters, everyone looks very like more smoothed off in comparison to the pixels. Um, and this really looks really clean, and I'm really enjoying what I've seen so far. Let's go back to the starters. First, we have Rowlet. Grass and flying type. That's the key there. If you remember when I did that episode of Pokemon Ethereal Gates, you'll know that I was a big fan of the grass and flying typing, and then I thought it was the coolest thing in the world with Fernling, and it'd be really cool to get an official Pokemon with that same typing. And basically, that's what sold me on getting Rowlet, because he is, of course, a grass and flying type, making his only weakness maybe fire. I don't know if Rock would still be super effective against it. I don't have a type chart on standby, so I can't really tell you. But I mean, it looks really incredible to have a really cool typing like that for a starter. And it's really, I just think it's neat. Let's keep on going. Now this is of course a pure fire type. And I like the design, you know, it looks very kind of aggressive in its stance. You know, the stripes really complement it. And I love the coloration. The black and red, it looks really nice on this thing. Of course, these whiskers are kind of Mudkip-like with his little side cheek things. But overall, it looks like it could be a pretty good design. Of course, there are a lot of cat Pokemon in the games already, and I really thought they would have done something a bit different with this. But oh well, I mean, it's still a solid-looking Pokemon, and I still think it'll work really well in the series. Now that's really cool right there. I noticed the spikes on his back protrude whenever he's shooting fire. I want to bet his Pokedex entry will have something to do with that later on. It's like then my speculation is that could be some sort of combustion chamber maybe, where the like very similar to a cylinder in a car engine, where it's just pressurizing air and just turning it into flames. And finally, we have Poplio, which, to be honest, is my least favorite design of the three. I think they could have done a much better, like something very different. Now, I do like the idea of a sea lion, but in reality, it looks very much like the sea lion from the Madagascar movie, the Wanted in Europe, I think is what it was called. The sea lion in that movie. I forget his name. He was Italian, I know that. But it looks very similar to that in design, which is my only problem with it. I think it looks a little too childish and a little too humorous. Unlike Route, well, then again, all three of them are very childish in design, but I think this one's not gonna really be like this one's apparently probably gonna be a very big sleeper. Is my guess. It's gonna be a sleeper. I want to bet it's probably gonna evolve into something super OP and then be just ridiculous and competitive. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. Again, the overworld looks impressive. I'm really impressed with this. Now let's move on to these legendaries. Now this is really cool. Now I didn't cover it myself, but I saw some about trademarks for Solgaleo and Lunala, I think is how they were pronounced. And Leo, of course, as to me associates with lion. So this could be Solgaleo right here. I mean, it makes sense. Sol is sun in Spanish, which is very awkward, and lunar and Lunala is I think either Latin for moon, I think. So and Leo, of course, meaning lion. This is a freaking lion, for crying out loud. It makes perfect sense. What I'm wondering is, what is that little thing that popped up on his head going to be useful for? Now that's really neat that Lunala apparently can do. If this is Lunala, that looks like a pretty cool looking move right there. Of course, seeing the lion now makes me want to get Sun even more. That was my original plan. Actually, I didn't really mention it, but I do plan on getting Sun version. So let's take a look at the availability date. As you can clearly see, November 18th. Now that is let's see, that's month 11. That's roughly 6 months away, guys. I mean, that is a very large. That's not that long, actually, if you think about it. Time flies by. It's already May 10th. I mean, for crying out loud, it feels like we just started May. At least I think so. At least, I mean, it's gonna be a great. It's gonna fly by, and I'm gonna probably pre-order the crap out of this game once I get some money together. I got a lot of stuff to do though. So let's check on this. And we get our box art. The lion for Sun version, which I think is an incredible color combination for the red and the white and the gold, and the kind of sun design. If you can't point it out, I'll have my mouse. Well, you probably can't see my mouse, but it's a sun design like right on its head and around the mane. And then Lunala's got a crescent moon on its head. So, of course, they did keep the design of the games very close tied in. So it looks really cool. Now, if you remember, Pokemon Sun / Moon website is a thing. Let's see if this loads up anything. It still redirects us to Pokemon's website, but I remember seeing something about a website earlier. So let's check this out and see. Yep, they've got their website up here. It's Pokemon Sun Moon. Alright. So here's the website. They're probably going to update this just like they did with the Alpha Sapphire website every once in a while. All they've got are the details for the starters and the games in action. Alright, so just a quick thing real quick. I know it's been about 2.5 weeks or so since I've uploaded the video. And I'll go over that in due course when I release my update video later on today as well. And it's going to be really cool to check everything out. I'm going to update you guys on what's been going on. And just basically mention everything and why I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks as well. So thank you guys again for watching. This was Pokemon Sun and Moon being finally unveiled to us. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.